Hi guys, my name is Blessing Raymond and you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing a tutorial on how to turn this old mosquito net, yes, into this lovely trendy high headband. Without further ado, let's do this. For this project, you're going to need the following things that are stated on your screen. Most of these, I am sure you have at home. I think the only item you might need to get are the pearls. Although I always have pearls at hand, so that was no biggie for me. However, they're very easy to get. To start off, I'm going to need you to make strips from your mosquito net. You're going to want to make as many strips as you can. Just cut. So make sure you cut long strips. Also, you want to measure the length of your strips across your headband so that the length of the padding you're making will not be shorter than the actual length of the headband. After that, you're going to fold. Make sure you don't fold shorter than what you've measured. So fold and include as many strips as you can. Remember that the thickness of your band or your headband is dependent on how much netting you put. You're going to cut more strips. Honestly, it will help you a lot if you can make them long, because you're going to use it to wrap around the netting that you have folded. So to start wrapping, you're going to open the net up so the top covers the fold of the netting, and then you're going to start wrapping. Make sure you wrap tightly. This is what is bringing the padding together, and you do not want to make the wrapping loose. If not, it's actually going to come undone. When you're done, cut the end of the net into two and then make a knot. Make sure you tie it securely and then you cut off any excess that might be left off the net. And voila, our padding is ready. This is actually the high head of your high headband. Okay, you're going to put it around your headband now. Like, look at how flexible it is. I mean, it's the net for me. It's the flexibility for me. Okay, so I had extra strips. If you did not, you're going to want to cut another one. But if you did, you're going to start wrapping. This is where it comes together, so you have to pay close attention. Wrap the net over the padding and the headband securely. Make sure you do it very securely, especially at that beginning. So you're going to make the padding be in the middle, like right on top of the headband. You're going to start wrapping and dragging the net. You know, some netting has some give, so make sure you take out all the elasticity of the netting while you're wrapping. And then when you're done with the net, wherever it finishes, you're going to sew. Don't just start wrapping another one. Make sure you sew it. Also, please tie and knot your thread, because while making this, I had so many surprises. I would forget to knot, and then voila, my thread is passing through the net freely. Okay, when you're done with that side, you're going to start wrapping the second side. Do the same thing. In fact, make sure you wrap it tightly. I can actually not overemphasize this part, because you don't want your padding to fall in front or fall behind of your headband because you didn't do it securely. So when you're done with the netting, you're actually going to twist the end of that net tightly so it forms a knob, and that knob is what you're going to use to make sure your seams are very deep. So after you do that, you're going to tie it and cut it, and there you have it, your elegant padding. It's now time to bring out your fabric. You could actually use any fabric for this, Ankara, velvet, silk, whatever. I'm putting the padding inside of the fabric. This is from an old dress, so you can see some seams on the dress already. I've gotten the width I need and I'm cutting it out now. Make sure you place the padding on the wrong side of the fabric, not on the right side. If not, you're not going to have or like what you're going to come out with at the end of the day. I am folding that first side so that I can start sewing. After you do that, make sure that your seams are tight. Again, make sure it's deep. This is a real part. This is very real. It could come off actually. So make sure you place your headband in the middle of the fabric. You don't want it on one side so that you will be able to cover it up at the end of the day. So after you've made sure it's in the middle and there are no wrinkles on it, you're going to secure that side as well the way you did the first side. Make sure your seams are tight again. After doing that, it's now time. I'm just ensuring that it will go around to cut off. It's now time to cut off any excess fabric at the beginning of the headband. You're doing this so that there will be not much bulk of fabric where the headband is going to rest on your ear. But as you can see, I didn't even start from there. I went a little bit lower to start sewing. How you're going to sew this, it's actually not that technical. It's not that much of a chore, if I do say so myself. You are actually just passing the needle from one side to the next as tightly as possible. Just make sure that the fabric stays wrinkle free on the top of the headband, and then where there's any excess, make sure you make a pleat. Yeah, it looks fast here, but it's actually a very painstaking experience, so take your time so you don't get wounded by needles like I did. So you're actually going to sew tightly, sew next to each seam very tightly, and then you're going to secure the top part. You're going to make sure you fold the fabric on itself and then sew tightly. I have been emphasizing on sewing tightly all this while. Okay, when you're done, you're going to do the same to the other side, and yeah. Next, you're going to cut off the excess fabric. Be very careful so you don't cut off your seams. After you do that, I forgot to mention the yarn. You're going to use this yarn to weave. This is very unconventional, but you're going to do interlocking stitches. It's going to help cover the end of the fabric so it doesn't actually loosen. It's work, but we made it work. Now it's time to bead. Yay! So you're going to want to use the yarn you used to weave because it's stronger in relation to the other thread for applying bead to the fabric, and then also it will make it look much cooler because the color is close to the fabric. And honestly, just bead anyhow you want, any pattern. You can see the way I started. Yes, so you just bead to your heart's content. Yeah, I had a beaded headband that had lost some of its power. So I added some of those beads to give the headband some dimension. So you'll notice some big beads, some small beads, some medium-sized beads, everything, all the wishes to make it look as beautiful as it does now. This was actually such a lovely project to work on. I mean, like, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. You look so good on the mannequin, and it would actually look good in person. I actually plan on making more of this, so if you actually want for sale, I could make that for you. Just hit me up Also, comment what you want my next project to be. I will be doing more DIY projects like this. You can count on me to be your DIY queen. I'm here for y'all. Okay, so this has been a lovely experience. I hope you have learned. If you try it out, drop a comment. Let me see how it came about. If I have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. So until next time, it's a girl Blessing Raymond. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys. Bye.